We're live. James, we're live.
All right. Hello, welcome to RS Media. Today is the third round of the FA Cup at Old Trafford, where Manchester United are hosting Watford. There's some interesting team news, as there's some players who haven't featured a lot for Manchester United are playing today. Dean Henderson starting in goal. Brandon Williams and Alex Telles are the fullbacks, where we expect Brandon Williams to go over to the right-hand side, where we've normally seen him on the left-hand side. Eric Bailly and Axel Tuanzebe are in the centre of the defence. A midfield partnership of Scott McTominay and Donny van der Beek in the midfield, and a three of Daniel James, Juan Mata and Jesse Lingard will be playing behind Mason Greenwood. And as for Watford, Bachmann starts in goal. The defence contains of Navarro and Adam Manisa in centre fullback. Seriella and Trusten Cog are the central midfielders. Zindagal and Ismail Assar are the wingers. Will Hughes and Nathaniel Chalobah are central midfield, and Gray starts partnering João Pedro, who has a tiny little hamstring injury, and we're off. Manchester United are looking to start well straight away, but James just sends it wide to the post. Obviously, Daniel James has seen his minutes much limited this season, especially with the emergence of Mason Greenwood. Just 9 appearances this season. Spanish manager Cisco in his third game in charge. What a result would this be if they can pull something off here today? You expect Manchester United to be on the front foot for most of the day, really. But obviously, with the likes of Andre Gray and Ismail Assar, Watford are clearly capable of breaking away. But it's a much different side to when they were in the Premier League. Van der Beek. And he's stopped in his tracks there. And Manchester United starting early with this counter. Here's Daniel James looking for support. He's going all the way, and that's just gone over everyone, and Watford can lead the way forward. As well, there's a few points to prove, because Jesse Lingard, who barely had a look in this season, partially trying to get back in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plans, but he's also going to think of trying to get in the shop window maybe, because he's not really had much enjoyment under the Norwegian manager. Here's Manisa, Hughes, and that's all for a Manchester United throw-in. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has won the FA Cup twice as a manager. Obviously, that famous 99 season where he scored the winning goal in the Champions League final, but he started the FA Cup final that game. And he also won it in 2004. But obviously, he's not won a trophy yet for Manchester United, and that will be key that he wins one. So obviously, Premier League's an opportunity this season, but he'll also see the FA Cup as something he could also win as well. Especially the fact Manchester United are currently heading towards a 4-year trophy drought. Here's Mata, McTominay, Switch towards Dan James. Dan James looking very bright in these early minutes. James with a chance, and that's a great save by Bakeman. Daniel James, he's been really a left winger today, cutting in with that right foot, being excellent. But when he's had to play in the Premier League with the likes of Martial and Rashford, he's been forced to play on the right hand side. And yes, it might suit his pace, but he wants to cut in, like he did so much in that Swansea team under Graham Potter. And he's definitely got more freedom here today. Alex Telles to take the corner. Looking for McTominay, and it's in. Think it might have got a knock off the post there, but that's a fantastic header. Fantastic start for Manchester United. Watford could not see that coming, but that's well worked from Manchester United. 1-0. He started well against Leeds, and he started well yet again against Watford. And it was Manisa who was marking him, just gets past it. I think it was the lower part of his forehead that got the contact with, bounced off the floor, right to the top-hand side of the post, top corner, goalkeeper no chance, 1-0. Scott McTominay, the Flying Scotsman's at it again. Obviously, Cisco would not have liked that. An early goal is always key to any game, and Manchester United have the upper hand already. Scott McTominay, obviously, given his debut under Jose Mourinho, always claimed to still be in touch with him. And here's another chance. Here's Lingard, looking for Greenwood, and that's easily intercepted. Pedro looking for Gray and couldn't quite find him. Cisco wants Watford to fight like animals. Obviously, the FA Cup, very aggressive competition. And there's so many results that make your eyes raise. For instance, Burnley losing at home today to MK Dons. Plymouth beating Huddersfield 3-2. And Aston Villa giving the Liverpool side a run for their money today. It's been a fantastic effort by all the teams involved. And obviously the likes of West Brom drawing 2-2 and losing on penalties. You think fair play to Blackpool. And obviously Rotherham pushed Everton to extra time, but a Decore goal was enough to send them through. Here's Lingard, Greenwood, and that's wide of the post. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will clearly be pleased with this performance so far. 7 minutes in, already 1-0 up, and he said that he would enter this competition wanting to win. And given Manchester United's current form, then I see no reason why they shouldn't. Mata getting chased back into his own half. Bally. Here's Brandon Williams. That's a poor pass, but Sarr couldn't intercept. Telles. Donny van der Beek in a deeper role today, but in a lot of space. McTominay to James. This is a common pattern occurring here. 1-0 up is always a dangerous score because Manchester United are having most of the ball and they could find a way to get a second. But easily, if they commit too much, then there's a risk of being exploited on the counter-attack. Andre Gray is probably going to be the main charge of pressure here. But Manchester United are just quite comfortable with the ball, even though they're just outside their own box. Here's Van der Beek. Mata. Bally. Lingard, great pass to Brandon Williams. Mata. Looking for Telles, but he's luckily managed to keep it in via Dan James. Here is Telles with the cross. Looks for Lingard. Away by Manisa. Chaloba's pressing Mata. Back to Bally. Here's Williams. Bally. To Nzabi. Bally just trying to find a way forward. He's gone with the long ball towards Mason Greenwood. Lingard. McTominay. Easily intercepted by Ismail Assar, who's going to charge forward here. Joel Pedro is in the box, but he's being clearly marked by Eric Bally. But Sar's looked to make the pass to Navarro and he couldn't quite pull it off. But Manchester United are now again quite comfortable on the ball. Van der Beek, challenged by Hughes, and Manchester United have won the throw-in. 10 minutes played here. Watford's obviously going to use Ismail Assar as a key weapon on the counter-attack. Linked with Manchester United in the summer as well. Didn't quite materialise. Obviously, they signed Edison Cavani instead, and he's suspended today. And you could think that he probably would have been rested anyway with Burnley and Liverpool coming up in the Premier League for the home side. Watford have just got a bit of the ball. Trustin Kong with the long ball. Zikagangle could not touch that well enough, so it's out for a throw-in that Brandon Williams is going to take. Bally to Dean Henderson. Looks like he's going to be playing the cup as well to give David De Gea a bit of a rest. Telles. Watford just playing hardball here. Playing in a 4-4-2 formation. That's hard to get players on the opposite team forward. But here's Lingard. Telles. Looks for Mata. Blocked by Manisa. Here's Van der Beek. Jesse Lingard. Looking to send Van der Beek through. Watford clear. Chalobah. Gray. Sarr and Telles manages to win it back. Here's Daniel James. Van der Beek. McTominay. Poor pass there by Eric Bally, and that's easily for Nathaniel Chalobah to get back. Gray just looking for Ismail Assar, but that's too easy for Alex Telles. The position in there is world class. Lingard. Greenwood. Here's Daniel James. Van der Beek. This left-hand side has been the majority of where plays coming from here. Here's Greenwood. Lingard. Mata. McTominay. Mata. Lingard. Back to Greenwood. Greenwood dummies. Blocked. And away by Navarro. Watford looking to get on the counter-attack here. Here's João Pedro, and he's been fouled by Brandon Williams, the young Englishman. Obviously, Watford will see this as a chance to maybe get a goal back early in the first half. Just under 15 minutes played. Looks like it's going to be Will Hughes taking it. Zingagal is also standing over it, but it is Hughes. And Watford have just about missed the opportunity to score. Will Hughes has ball in. Manisa wins it. And it's, just cleared off the line by Eric Bailly. Oh, it's out to Nzabi actually, and that's good defending that. Well worked move that. Telles. Here's Daniel James. Look at this bright spark in the Manchester United team here. James. That's wide, but Greenwood's managed to stop it going out for a Watford throw-in. Williams. Jesse Lingard. Daniel James. And that's well over from the Welshman. Manchester United are clearly on top, but Watford are still making a good amount of chances, and this is key for them to make sure they get something out of this game. And obviously there's no replays involved, so Manchester United will be hoping not to get into extra time because of two very big games coming up this week. And also Watford in the hunt for promotion. Watford are they should be reasonably happy because they've not made too many mistakes. You could say Manisa could have done better marking for the McTominay goal, but they've been defensively solid. They've took the chances when going forward, but maybe they might be getting a bit more clinical soon. To Nzabi. Manchester United just happy to play it among their centre-backs here. Bailly getting forced forward, pressed by Andre Gray, but he's found Van der Beek, who's just been playing this deeper role really today, but he's played it well so far. Telles to Mata. Mata with a shot. Blocked. Juan Mata, obviously, going to be playing that number 10 role. Lingard and James out of the three behind Greenwood have had the ball a lot more today, but he can find that creative pass that is crucial today. And obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will value his experience in this Manchester United team. Another corner for Man United. Alex Tellez is going to take this one. Like the McTominay goal. Looks for Bally. And it's wide off the post. Free header though. No one really marking. And you could think the Ivorian could have done better there. He gets away from Ziraleta. And just bounces past the post, and I think he should have done better with that. Manchester United still happy to have the ball with McTominay. Juan Mata, the Spaniard. Brandon Williams. Great pressure by Adam Manisa, but at the expense of a throw-in. Tellez with the long ball, looking for Mata. Manisa clears. Lingard shot. Blocked. Mata couldn't get it past Manisa. Here's Lingard. Pressure by Will Hughes. Here's McTominay. Mata. Juan Mata. Van der Beek. Tellez. Tellez potentially having the shot, and it's blocked by Troostengang. Saar looking to charge forwards, but Tellez and Lingard surround him. Tellez wins it back. Here is Jesse Lingard now. Through ball in towards Greenwood. Watford get it away for the time being. And Axel Tuanzebe has fouled Andre Gray. As well as an opportunity to score. This might just give a bit of relief on the pressure for Watford to get the ball a bit, calm themselves down, slow the play down a bit. Because you feel at 1-0 there's a chance to come back, but at 2-0 the while this game's gone, there's no chance here. Watford just playing through the back. Daniel Bachmann goes long, looking for João Pedro, who joined last January. Watford have obviously had a few departures this week. Etienne Capoue has gone to Udinese. Glenn Murray has been recalled to go back to Brighton, but it's likely he'll go to QPR. But here's Chalobah for Watford. Manisa with the switch towards Ismail Sarr. Sarr looking to make the cross. Navarro's going to make the cross. Looks for Gray. And as it bounces off Axel Tuanzebe, Dean Henderson manages to regain possession for Manchester United. Poor pass by Bally. Used to Andre Gray. Looking for Sarr, but Tuanzebe intercepts. Lingard. Support by Donny van der Beek, the Dutchman. Still Van der Beek. Lingard. McTominay, who's been a very good deep line playmaker in this game and all season, in fact. Obviously, 2 early goals against Leeds United is probably his most notable display this season. Alex Tellez's ball just too high and wide for everyone, so Watford have got a chance to start an attack with possession here. Daniel Bachmann, the Austrian, to take the goal kick. Looks for Manisa and just too high for him, and Manchester United have got a throw-in in the final third of their own half. There is some banana peel aspects of this game. Manchester United being comfortable in front, and if Watford get a goal, but United have played very well. There's been plenty of slip-ups already, the likes of Huddersfield against Plymouth, Burnley against MK Dons at Turf Moor. But Manchester United just want to get this job done here today. Sarr looking to chase into Tuanzebe, but Tuanzebe wins it back. McTominay looking to charge forward. Here's Lingard. Williams. Lingard. Mata. And that manages to get a throw in. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's just trying to get players further forward here. He feels possession's good enough, but he wants chances. Donny van der Beek playing in a deeper role today, but he's looked quite comfortable doing it here. McTominay. Watford win it back. Pedro. Sarr charging forward. Looking for support. Gray's in the middle. Took too long and Daniel James managed to win it back. Here's Daniel James now. Telles. 1-2 with Donny van der Beek. Telles with the long ball looking for Mason Greenwood. Challenged by Siriata. And Mason Greenwood should be happy that they've won a throw-in with this. To throw into Watford, my mistake. McTominay, the goal scorer. Van der Beek looking to find a second goal for the home side. James. Mata. Juan Mata. Pedro. Ismaila Sarr. Chalobah. Poor touch, and that's easily won back for Tuanzebe, and Telles manages to stop a throw-in for Watford. And Lingard is fouled by Tristan Gonger. The referee today is Andrew Madley, and the last time he refereed Watford was a 2-1 win against Wolves, so potentially a 2-1 win is not off the cards, but it's not looking likely here. But they're on the attack now. Here's Pedro. United have won it back. Chalobah intercepts. Couldn't find Sarr. Lingard looking to get forward. Long ball looking for Daniel James, and that's too long for the Welshman. FA Cup draw is on Monday night. And there's Sarr Oh, Sarr just tried lobbing Dean Henderson there, and it was just too wide and too tight of an angle, really. But a good effort by the Senegalese man. Lingard. James looking to make some magic. Not very magic colours at all there. Manisa looking for Zingerbal. And that's easily won back for Manchester United. And Dean Henderson just kicking it out to Alex Telles, who were both fresh faces in this Manchester United side. Telles obviously signed from Porto, but Dean Henderson being out on loan at Sheffield United these past few years, he is getting his chance at Manchester United, not as a number one though, but still, you can't help but feel one day it could be his turn to be the famous number one at Old Trafford. And yeah, the draw's on Monday night. Let's see if there's a few more games where you'd want to get the popcorn out, and maybe even a few scrappy ones as well along the way. In the FA Cup, you always want big games like top 6 teams against each other, but you also want the David versus Goliath situations like Marine versus Tottenham tomorrow, which will probably be the only game with spectators, not fans in the stadium, but people watching in their own back gardens. Watford have a corner here anyway. Will Hughes going to take? Hughes with the ball in. Oh, and Watford just couldn't get a head on it there. Here's Zingerbal. Zingerbal with the shot. Sarr! Blocked off the line. Still Watford. And they're claiming handball there, Watford. But Andrew Madley is not agreeing with the Championship side's appeals. It just hits the waist of Axel Tuanzebe. They are checking it, and checks complete. No handball. Zingerbal with the cross in. That's too far, but Pedro chases. Gets a deflection though, so João Pedro, the young Brazilian striker, will be hoping to get an FA Cup goal this season. Obviously, Watford got to the final in 2019. It was an unfortunate ending in 2020 though, due to a 3-0 lead being given away against Tranmere and obviously losing in the replay at Prenton Park. Manchester United have a free kick in their own box because of an offside. McTominay. Henderson probably going to go long here, and he has. Daniel James with a fantastic run, and Bachmann just manages to get there before him. But you can see with Daniel James's pace that the long ball is not the way Manchester United play, but with his pace, it's so easy to do that for him and to make a simple chance. But they've not been quite lucky with it yet, and Alex Telles has just done too much towards Ismaila Sarr, so it is going to be a free kick in the Manchester United half for the Championship side. Will Hughes and Zingabal are going to discuss over what they're going to do here. 34 minutes played. Still 1-0 to Manchester United. Manchester United managed to clear through Bally. Still some pressure from Watford. James lost the ball. Cross comes in. Here's Nathaniel Chalobah, and that's too wide from the Chelsea Academy product. Just half volleys there and clear frustration from Nathaniel Chalobah. As Watford know, they're not going to make any loads amount of chances, but when they do get chances, they have to take them well. Here's Zingabal. Hughes. Manisa. Long ball looking for João Pedro. He's found him. Gets past Brandon Williams, but that's a great last-ditch challenge to give away a throw-in only. Corner for Watford. 36 minutes played. 1-0 to the Premier League side, who obviously at the minute have first position in their own hands because of points per game. But Liverpool coming up will be a test. Hughes probably going to go long. Zingabal just walking away. And Andrew Madley is just telling off a few players for tugging in the penalty area. Hughes with the left-footed swing. And that's too wide for everyone, and João Pedro could not keep the ball in. Trustengong just gets a ball on it, a headed ball on it, and Pedro just tries to retrieve it, but he could not do it enough. Here's Lingard. Fouled by Ismaila Sarr, and he's being given a yellow card for his actions. Just tugged by the Senegalese man there. Bally looking to find a way forward. Manisa just stopped in his tracks by Brandon Williams, who has been defensively very solid here today in this right-back role. Obviously, he's been linked with the likes of Southampton and Newcastle, but he will want to stay at Manchester United and prove he is good enough. Trustengong. Gray, looking for Sarr. Still Sarr. Tries to cross it in towards Pedro, but Tellez manages to block the cross in time. as they were right by the bar line, and that could have got pretty dangerous for Manchester United. But Alex Telles has just got enough pace to keep up with Sarr there. Ismaila Sarr just with only 4 goals this season, but in the FA Cup third round against Manchester United, this will be key. Watford tried to make an opportunity by crossing it towards the D with Chalobah, but as it happened, Hughes managed to foul Daniel James. Van der Beek. To Nzabi, to his fellow centre-back Bally. Back to Nzabi now. Risky ball towards Greenwood, but he's completed it. James. Van der Beek. Great passing towards Mason Greenwood. Daniel James supporting. He's managed to find Lingard in his view, but he couldn't find him with the ball. Williams with the cross. Headed away. Telles with the shot, and that's easy for Bachmann. Few bobbles there on that shot by Telles. There wasn't many obvious options to pass to, so the shot was probably the best option. But when it matters, Watford are getting tight, and it always feels like when Watford getting in the attack, it's more exciting. But here's James looking for Lingard, and well intercepted by Will Hughes. Three and a half minutes plus stoppage time in this first half. Very strong benches with Manchester United having the likes of Rashford, Martial and Bruno Fernandes. Telles with the ball in. Looks for Bally. Chalobah clears. Matters touches enough to send it to Williams. James. Telles. Telles has managed to find Van der Beek. Back to Telles. Van der Beek again. Mata. Greenwood. Oh, that's fantastic play and fantastic save. That was by Daniel Bachmann. Watford managed to pressure the Manchester United attack, but Van der Beek had other ideas with a nice flick on, and Juan Mata just couldn't get it wide enough, and that's an easy save in the end for Bachmann. Another flick by Greenwood, but that was not so successful there. Pedro, long ball towards Sarr. Sarr's got the pace to get it. Henderson's come out and he's managed to put the ball out for a throw-in, but that could be a lot worse. Ismaila Sarr's pace is certainly deadly. Gets none of the man and all of the ball in that challenge. Fantastic challenge. Obviously, goalkeepers look very rash sometimes when they do that, but Dean Anderson knew exactly what he was doing. Sarr, fouled by Jesse Lingard, and just as the first half is about to come to a close, this could be the opportunity needed. You can't imagine too much added time here at the end of this first half. Not many incidents, really. Hughes and Zingagal, the usual options over these free kicks. Zingagal takes. Chalobah with the second opportunity. Eggnog tries to win it back. Pedro looking to make something happen. And he only gave away the ball as a throw-in. No, goal kick has been given. But there's a Manchester United player down here. It's Eric Bailly, and just as Dean Henderson, he punches as just Egong is jumping, and Eric Bailly is worse off because of that. Just a 1 minute added on now. You can imagine most of this minute's going to be treating the Ivorian, so it'll probably be added on to that. Dean Henderson obviously he's had a few scares. He's been off his line quite quick. Tried to be lobbed a few times by Sarr, but with what happens, he should be pretty well. When he's been tested, he's done his job. And he should be hoping this will be a nice, relaxing performance for the England international, which he is. And there's a stretcher on the pitch, and Harry Maguire's getting warmed up, the Manchester United captain. Obviously, 5 substitutes in the FA Cup, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be open. It's nothing serious. Obviously, head injuries, such a big concern nowadays. Raul Jimenez, the most recent casualty with concussion, and you just know that it's all about players' welfare, and players should not be playing when in danger, because the head is obviously a life-threatening part of the body, and he should be okay, I think. He's gonna go off. He's walking off. He's getting support by the Manchester United medics. But you can't help but feel that sorry for the guy with the pain he's in at the minute. Cisco just trying to regroup his players, because despite 3 minutes into that 1 minute of stoppage time, there's been no play actually played yet. And the main concern obviously has to be Eric Bailly. Is Zingagal deflected off Mata to give Watford a throw-in. Eric Bailly still getting support by the Manchester United medics. I'm not sure if he's going to come back on or not. The substitution has not been made yet. That time so near, it gives both Bailly and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a chance to work out what's best. But Watford with this late opportunity. Sarr looks for a Watford man, but he couldn't find anyone. Navarro crosses it in. Looks for Zingagal. Here's Chalobah. Another volley, and that's high and wide of the target. Very rarely seen the Watford fullbacks get forward here. And when they do, you feel there is a chance of Watford getting an equaliser, but Manchester United's fullbacks have been much further forward when Man United have been on the attack. Alex Telles obviously connecting well, got an assist. I know it was from a corner, but he's still been fantastic at both ends of the pitch, the new signing. And the change has been made. Harry Maguire, the captain, is coming on for Eric Bailly. That's a poor corner there from Watford, and it should be half time soon. And yes, the referee has blown up. Manchester United 1, Watford 0. And at the minute, Ole has steady control over the wheel. Watford are, they shouldn't be too disappointed, obviously. A corner goal was conceded, which you could have claimed McTominay could have been marked better by Adam Manisa. But he didn't really follow him. And yeah, Manchester United have been on the front foot most of the half. Daniel James, Donny van der Beek playing as key creative roles, and they've just been trying to get the ball in towards Mason Greenwood, and they have done at times, but you feel Manchester United still making good chances. So at Watford, it's very end-to-end here, and hopefully more of the same. And maybe Harry Maguire might offer a bit more leadership for the home side here. But Xisco certainly won't be best pleased after losing, but yeah, I think he'll be okay with the performance. There hasn't been any mistakes or anything. Everyone's done their job, kept tight, gone forwards when needed to, and Watford making any potential changes, they've got a load of youngsters on the bench, such as Miangakia, and Ben Foster may be a little annoyed that he can't play, which he has many memories of Leslie as being a number 2 there. Solskjaer is probably happy they've got the lead, but he will be wanting a second goal. Watford have been making chances, and they might just make one of them pay, and 1-0 is always a scoreline that's a good for the team who's winning, but it's always a dangerous one because no team is ever out of sight. It could just be one moment that could get Watford back into it. And you can also point out that when Manchester United have got forward, it's been very compact by Watford. And you would say Manchester United have been leaving more space in the attacking areas, because we've always expected Manchester United to be on the front foot here, and they have been, but as it stands, it's still 1-0, and the possession certainly shows that, with Manchester United having 70% compared to Watford's 30%. The shots have been a similar amount though, with the home side having 13 compared to Watford's 11. Obviously, the likes of Chalobah have had a few opportunities on the edge of the box. Watford were just one shot on target compared to United's 4. United have had 3 corners, which one of them was a McTominay goal, while Watford have had 5, a few consecutive corners as well. And Watford have committed 5 fouls when United have one less than 4. A few very headline-grabbing scores this third round of the FA Cup. Well, on Friday, it was pretty much expected Liverpool to beat Aston Villa. It was 4-1, which Louis Barry was the headline grabber with that wonderful goal. But Mane, Wijnaldum and Salah were too much for them. While Wolverhampton Wanderers got one over Crystal Palace through Adama Traore. Zaha and Hutchinson gave Millwall an expected 2-goal lead against Boreham Wood. Rotherham took Everton to extra time after Olasunde cancelled that Cenk Tosun goal, but a 93rd extra time minute from Decore was enough to send them through. Luton beat Reading 1-0. McLean and Hugill were good enough to get Norwich through against Coventry. An early Taylor goal sent Forest through ahead of Cardiff. One of the most interesting ties was Chorley versus Derby County, with Chorley winning 2-0. But that's obviously because of a COVID outbreak at Derby County, like Aston Villa, and many said Chorley were favourites, but still always nice to have a non-league team in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Blackburn shocked by Doncaster Rovers. A big shock was Blackpool drawing 2-2 with West Brom, and obviously no replays, which sent it to penalties, and that was where Blackpool won 3-2 in the shootout, and they were actually 2-1 up at one point as well, with Yates and Gary Medine on the score sheet. Bournemouth won 4-1 against Oldham Athletic. Josh King with a brace, which may put to bed some transfer rumours. Obviously, West Ham has been linked the past few days with Sebastian Haller leaving for Ajax. Sheffield United get a rare win this season with a 3-2 win away at Bristol Rovers. Oliver Beck and Jayden Bogle were on the score sheet. Burnley got a last-minute equaliser through Vedra, and that sent them through on penalties. 4-3. Cameron Jerome put Milton Keynes Dons in front. Sheffield Wednesday eased against Exeter. Callum Patterson with the second goal the South Coast. QPR sent Fulham into extra time, and Deco over Reed and Cabano were enough to get the goals. 104 minutes and 105 plus 3, which was the very late show for the London derby. Stevenage lost 2-0 at home to Swansea. Rain Routledge on the score sheet. A big scoreline against Stoke and Leicester, with Justin, Albrighton, Perez and Barnes all on the score sheet. Wycombe Wanderers beat Preston North End 4-0. As well, an extra time score. Arsenal beat Newcastle United 2-0 with Smith Rowe and Aubameyang on the score sheet. Wolves 0-0 after 90 minutes there. Brentford survived a late scare from Middlesbrough, where they beat them 2-1. A big headline-grabbing result would have been Huddersfield losing to Plymouth Argyle 3-2. A 70th-minute Edwards winner was enough for the 3-point, to go through. And as well, Huddersfield were 1-0 and 2-1 up. So Huddersfield fans will not be pleased, but Plymouth Argyle will be looking forward to, I would say, an English tour, but because of no fans, there would be no tour around the country playing at any potential big grounds. But it's exciting to see these little teams do well. You want the little teams to do well. They say football's always a supporters' game, and it's all about those moments with the fans in and around the stadiums. I think it'll certainly be a special moment tomorrow at Marine in Crosby, where people will be watching from the back gardens. Potentially a few barking dogs you might see in the background, or a few winter gardeners maybe. And you should expect Manchester United to go through here. It was a very good goal from McTominay. Tellez cross. Manisa couldn't quite carry through. And as Scott McTominay made the header, just top of the post, bounced in. Daniel Bachmann, no chance. And it is currently 1-0 to the home side. But I think Manchester United need to make sure they don't make any costly errors. Obviously, Maguire's had to come on for Bally, which isn't ideal because Solskjaer would have wanted a rest for the Englishman, and he would have also wanted Eric Bally to get a few more minutes. But with Watford's form, it's been a very mixed bag with the recent results. That's just 2 wins in the last 5. They managed to get a draw against Brentford, but defeats against Swansea was a bit of a concern, but they would have been happy with 3 points against promotion favourites Norwich City. And Greenwood having 3 goals this season. He's leading the line instead of a right wing goal. target today, which he's been good at link-up play, but he needs to make more opportunities. I guess there's a few surprises that Solskjaer hasn't rested more, but you can never be too careful. And yeah, you can also think João Pedro might not be able to play the full 90 minutes after a recent hamstring injury. Obviously, he's back starting, but you can see him not lasting the full 90, but it could be more than 90. And Xisco will be very careful on how to rotate his team in this game. But this is the FA Cup. Anything is possible. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeping a concentrated mindset against this Watford side, who did beat Manchester United, obviously, last season at Vicarage Road, just after Nigel Pearson took charge. It was a 2-0 win with Sarr and Deeney on the score sheet. And as they kick off, they'll be open to get another win against Manchester United, but they lost 3-0 at Old Trafford, so they'll be very open-minded what they're capable of here today. Here's Lingard. Donny van der Beek. Telles. McTominay just chased back there. Harry Maguire, Manchester United captain, just trying to ease himself into this game. He's moved on to the left-hand side of the centre-back partnership, which moves Tuanzebe to the right. And Manchester United just settling themselves in this first half. But Alex Telles with the long ball has been the main spark of creativity. And here's Mata. Great challenge by Sarr. Here's Pedro. Adam Manisa is supporting. Zingerbal looking to make something work. Here's Pedro with the shot, and into Rosette it went. Zingernackle just passes to the Brazilian and too high. There's a lot of Man United players around the box, but that was not to be. Van der Beek. Fantastic pass towards Greenwood. Here's Brandon Williams. Mata. Juan Mata, the Spaniard here. Williams. Greenwood. Lingard tries to flick it towards Dan James, but Nathaniel Chalobah clears. Manchester United still have it though. Tuanzebe. Williams. Now Van der Beek. Mata. Williams. to Nzabi to Scott McTominay. Tries the through ball towards Williams. But Man United still have it with Lingard. James looking to cut in here. And that's easily saved by Daniel Bakeman. Sorry about that. Bakeman just tried to get to Sarr, but Tellez has been excellent defensively today. There's always a risk of him going too far forwards, but he's always there on the attacking part. But when you need him defensively, he's always there. He's the perfect left back you can want in your team. A lot of healthy competition for Luke Shaw now as well, who's been at the club since 2014, signed by Louis van Gaal. And Manchester United looking to stop play as Brandon Williams is struggling with his knee, but he's okay to carry on. McTominay to his fellow midfield partner, Donny van der Beek, and he gives centre-back to Nzabi some space. Here's Williams now. Greenwood, Mata, Williams, Van der Beek. McTominay just looking for that decisive pass here. And that's a poor pass, looking for Dan James, and it has given Watford a throw-in. That chance from Dan James, obviously a promising effort, but too easily for Bakeman to save in the end. And you've got to feel Manchester United should be trying to get a second goal soon, because they don't want to be going into the last half hour of this cup tie with a few nerves in the bones, really. Obviously, Tranmere Rovers, who knocked out Watford last season, got knocked out by Manchester United in that very muddy game. The draw was already made before the replay, and despite it being not a good result for Tranmere Rovers, the fans certainly enjoyed it. And the experience of welcoming Manchester United into their ground. Here's Van der Beek, Lingard, Donny van der Beek, Maguire. Tellez looking to be the main key of creativity here. Tellez has got it back off James. James again, too heavy. And Siriata clears to give Manchester United a throw-in far up the field. Manchester United calm, but not calm enough in the sense of that they know they've got to do a job. Keep their heads in the correct gear. Darren Fletcher there, who's recently become a new coach at Manchester United. A good job within the academy, and it was welcomed by many fans, of course. Playing with Michael Carrick in midfield for many years under Alex Ferguson and into David Moyes, and even a tiny bit of the Louis van Gaal days. And they'll be hoping they'll create a good partnership within the club on the coaching level with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Lingard to Brandon Williams, who's been excellent defensively here today. To Nzabi, trying to create a pass forward, but he's forced back towards Harry Maguire. And Manchester United have given him the throw-in after a rushed pass from Telles. Here's Hughes, and he's fouled by Jesse Lingard, the Warrington-born Manchester United academy product. Zingernackle looks like he's going to cross this in. And Trustengenog gets a head on it, but the head was too high for a goal to be scored. Was João Pedro actually with that chance? Lingard towards Telles, who's passed it back to Dean Henderson and manages to find Lingard, but Navarro manages to send the ball back towards Daniel Bakeman, who has done a pretty good job in goal today, despite losing the clean sheet already. Here's Sarr. Egnog for Watford. Manisa. Pedro. João Pedro looking to be that spark here. Navarro. Cross blocked by Telles. Sarr's turn to cross. And in the end, João Pedro did win a header, but that was easily caught by Dean Henderson. And he was a bit too stretched there. Brandon Williams, obviously, a bit of a distraction there as well. Sorry about that. Man United going forward with Greenwood, who's been on more of a right-hand side player today in the second half, being more of a striker in the first half. And it's almost like Lingard's being the main striker in this half. Interesting choices indeed. And he's obviously thinking he wants James to go in on his left foot, and he also wants James to cut in on the left-hand side with his right foot and Greenwood to cut in on the right-hand side with his left foot. Here's Navarro. Long ball easily dealt with by Maguire. McTominay passes it back to Henderson and forces him into giving away a throw-in quite far up the pitch. And Xisco should be encouraged to get his team forward here. Watford to take 2 players off after 57 minutes. Sarr's gone off, which is a bit of a surprise while he was on a booking, but Sam has come on and Jeremy Ngaki is coming on for Adam Manisa too. Alex Telles having to get the ball himself for the throw-in. He he'll be wanting to consume a bit of time of doing that, but obviously there's no ball boys due to COVID. Lingard with the long ball, looking for, it appears to be Greenwood, but Greenwood has it now anyway. Tellez towards McTominay. No, Van der Beek, sorry. James takes on Nkong. Greenwood. Tellez in space. Williams is there for the switch. It's gone over Ngakia, so Williams still has it near to the corner flag. And he's managed to win a corner whilst doing that. Just under half an hour to go. Juan Mata going to take with a left-footed cross, and with Harry Maguire coming on, he's a big weapon for corner goals, of course. Maguire Mata looking for Greenwood, and that's easily enough for Bakeman, which was well worked. Greenwood was in a lot of space there with a late run running away from Nathaniel Chalobah, but he just couldn't execute it well enough. Here's Sema. Great footwork, and he's got a foul from it. Watford's hoping they will get a good opportunity soon, because they don't want to leave it too late in the game. Still plenty of time, of course, but obviously one goal is crucial here. And obviously Seema coming on is obviously trying to be a bit more of a creative output here, maybe, than a scoring one. And he's made a fantastic pass towards Gray, but that Maguire just did enough. But here's Seema again to Hughes. Navarro. McTominay has it out of harm's way to keep Manchester United in possession. Seema with 5 assists and 0 goals this season, so he is a creative winger, and maybe Xisco wants to get more creativity in the side, as he thinks Clininity could not get anyone anywhere without making enough chances, and Seema's looked pretty promising already, it has to be said. Ngakia playing a similar role to what Brandon Williams normally does as a right-footed player on the left-back role. Obviously left West Ham. Mata with the long ball, and looks for Dan James, and Daniel Bakeman did excellent there to execute that away from the Welshman. Manchester United looking to get forward here. Tellez has passed it to Lingard. Van der Beek. Maguire striving into the Leeds half, Watford half here. And United have a throw-in. Manchester United probably playing from the back here now, as Brandon Williams passes it to the Scotsman Scott McTominay. Mata back to Nzabi, who lets Maguire assist Tellez and bounces off Seymour for a throw-in their own half. Lingard with the switch, looking for Brandon Williams, number 33, and he's found what he's been looking for there. McTominay, Mata, great lifted ball in towards Greenwood, but it just about goes out of play there for a Watford throw-in. Ngaki over the switch. Navarro. And Pedro offers support toward Zinchenko, but he couldn't do anything with it. But there is a foul involved there, and it is a first Manchester United booking, and the man is Axel Turanzabi there. Nacional just got it back, and Turanzabi penalised because of the foul. 25 minutes to go. Watford hoping to make one of these free kicks count. They've had a few free kicks now. While Manchester United have committed 8 fouls, so they'll be hopeful to do something. Chaloba with the kick. Hughes stopped Mata from executing the ball away, so it will be a free kick for Manchester United as they regroup. And just that, handball there. Tellez switches it all the way, looking for Daniel James, but all he's found was the Austrian goalkeeper, Daniel Bakeman. And look at this, for 2 Manchester United subs, Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial. A very nice luxury to have indeed. 1-0 up against a top-level championship side, and they can bring 2 world-class players. Not bad for some, eh? McTominay towards Greenwood. Lingard. Gray wins it back for Watford. Jost Ngong. Watford still have possession here. They've stuck to their shape very well, Watford. And as the game is entering its final stages, they are hoping of getting one chance to send this game into extra time. Manisa with the long ball looking for Zinchenko. Cleared away from Brandon Williams. Throwing to Watford. Well, if I was Watford, I would be very wary of what's happening right now because they're looking for a goal. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is obviously thinking attack is the best form of defence. Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford are coming on for Mason Greenwood and Daniel James. Obviously, partially rotational, partially tactical, of course, with Burnley and Liverpool next week in mind, and fantastic really to think that you can rest your players 1-0 up and you can bring them on for the last 20 minutes to make sure you get your name into the 4th round pot next Monday. Just Egnock to Navarro. Looking for Seamer. But here's Andre Gray. Chalobah, Seamer. And blocked from Scott McTominay. Fantastic pass there from Andre Gray towards Chalobah, and Watford were just quite space restricted there. But Seamer's going to take the corner kick anyway. It's going to be an outswinger. It's the 6th corner of the game. Away by Maguire. Zinchenko to Seamer. Seamer takes on Rashford. Couldn't get past Jesse Lingard down. Another corner. A few nerves probably starting to grow within this Manchester United camp. They don't want to risk any lead being lost here. Seamer going to take yet again. A lot of Watford players gone forward. And that header was easily enough for Henderson to catch. Lingard struggled to keep it in, so it's another throw for Watford. Just past the halfway line now. Watford starting to get a bit more confidence here as the game is into the 70-minute mark now. Trondengnog looking for Navarro. Here's João Pedro. He's managed to keep it in. And he's done very well there. Driving well forwards and just fouled by Alex Telles, who was the second Manchester United player in the book today. And Seamer and Zinchenko are looking to make something happen from this free kick on the edge of the box. On the right-hand side. Seamer goes for goal and over Dean Henderson, over the crossbar. And that is happily enough settled for Manchester United to ease the pressure for a little bit. Very adventurous effort though. Henderson goes short to Telles. Watford have it back though. Hughes. Chalobah. Navarro. Cross couldn't find a Watford player. Brandon Williams looking to go forward for the home side. Martial manages to keep Lingard's pass in. Lingard's got it back. Switch towards Marcus Rashford. Navarro makes Egnog clear. Gray. Hughes looking to start a counter-attack. Looks for Zinger Knuckle. McTominay gets back. McTominay getting pressed into near around the corner flag there, and he's forced to clear. Fantastic ball by Will Hughes now. A little bit too much, but it's fantastic in terms of getting the ball forward and making sure Watford get forward. Manchester United did get a throw in through that deflected McTominay clearance, but it's crucial, even if you're not having the ball, if the ball's closer to your opposition's goal, it's always good for pressure. And they've got it back through Seamer. Another excellent example of that. Navarro tees up the cross, and that's wide by Andre Gray. Was not even close. Got his directions all wrong from that header there. Another Watford change is going to occur now. Another spin of the dice. Hungbauer's come on for Zingernachel, and Wilmot has come on for Troost and Gnog. Xisco encouraging his team. Spaniard with very limited experience as a manager. It's just his third managerial job and his second permanent job. Matter towards Lingard. Shots deflected wide. But here's Brandon Williams. McTominay. Martial forced to be accompanied by Ngakia as he couldn't get away from the corner flag, but they've got a throw in, and Brandon Williams happy to take his time over this. Martial fouled by Jeremy Ngakia now. It's going to be a free kick towards Manchester United's potential second goal hopes here. And as they do hold a very attacking threat, a defensive player's going to come on to Nemanja Matic, the Serbian, but he's not coming on just yet. Matter with the free kick. Watford clear. Williams has it now. Switch towards Rashford. Tellez is in support. Back towards Rashford. Rashford with the cross. Cleared by Watford. Tellez. Van der Beek. Watford have it back. Hughes. Lifted ball towards Pedro. Looking to try and send Wilmot on a run, but too much was done really there. Dean Henderson launches it forwards towards Anthony Martial. Mata. Nice 1-2 with Jesse Lingard. Here's Marcus Rashford now. Rashford in plenty of space, but he's happy to take the foul from Navarro. It's going to be Jesse Lingard coming off for Nemanja Matic, and he's been a great source of creativity and hold-up play here today. As it's a defensive move, as you can imagine Donny van der Beek going further forward, while Matic will help protect that back four. Let's see what happens with this Manchester United free kick. Teller's going to take. Looks for Maguire over the bar. Plunging effort though from the England international. Surrounded by Watford men as well. Hughes. Hungbo. Navarro. Rashford driving forward here. He's too quick for Will Hughes. Still Rashford. Rashford with the chance and easily stretched from Daniel Bakeman. And that was very good by Marcus Rashford there. Clearly outdone the whole of the Watford defence on quality terms. And yeah, you couldn't see that going any other way apart from a Rashford shot, but the finish was not the best. Brandon Williams to take the throw in. Long throw towards Matic. Hugbo wins it back, but not for long as Alex Telles regained control of the ball for Manchester United. Ngakia. Seema moved to the left-hand side since Zingernagel's gone off. Wilmot to Navarro. Hugbo. Rashford looking to charge forward here. Chalobah trying to close down. Van der Beek offering support, but he chooses not to go. Still Rashford. Rashford past one, and Chalobah and Hughes work together to win it back. And Watford are looking to find a late equaliser as the clock strikes 82 minutes. Navarro. Not a lot of Watford's options there. Looks for Seema. Too far. Mata just going to slow the game down here. McTominay. Nathaniel Chalobah is down, but Donny van der Beek's happy to help him back up. And they give each other a little pat on the back. Fantastic skill from Marcus Rashford, though. You just see the pace in that. There's no stopping him when he's on that pace. Any defender in the world would be scared of him. Obviously, a very experienced player as well now, Rashford. And Chalobah is having to go off for Phillips, and that's obviously an injured base move, but Manchester United looking comfortable here as the game is starting to draw to a close, but still there is time for Watford yet. Ngakia looking to go forward. Seema. Back to Ngakia. Ngakia with, I think it was a cross, or looked too far-fetched to be a shot, but whatever it was, he was looking for Ungbo, and the only place it was going was behind Dean Henderson's goal to give Manchester United a goal kick. Tellez to Donny van der Beek. Juan Mata in a lot of space here. 1-2 with Rashford. Mata couldn't find Rashford. Great interception by Hughes. Here's Seema for Watford. João Pedro, who looks like he's going to be playing the full 90 here. Ungbo lining up the effort, and it's deflected wide. Yeah, it just deflects off Harry Maguire's foot, the Manchester United captain. Scott McTominay led by example when he walked out of the tunnel with the armband today and got that early 4th-minute goal. Watford with the corner. No one could take advantage, but they've still got the ball here. Gray, and that's easily enough for Donny van der Beek to put out for a Watford throw-in. Navarro towards Gray. Ungbo, one back by Matic. Martial. Mata. Brandon Williams. McTominay. Matic. Mata towards Anthony Martial, who gives the ball to Matic with ease. Tellez. Rashford. Back to Rashford, and he gives it straight back to the Brazilian. It's Maguire now. Deflected off Ungbo for a United throw-in. 4 minutes plus stoppage time. Rashford, and gives away the throw-in there. Watford looking to get the ball forward quickly here, you can imagine. Pedro just tries to strike forward there, but Watford still looking for that vital chance. A few half chances, but they want a major chance here to get an equaliser. Will it come? Maybe through this free kick, though. Ungbo fouled there. Alex Tellez just tries to show him to cut in, and as he does that, Nemanja Matic gets in his way. Matic and Martial among the protesters, but Watford are keen to get the ball in the box pretty soon. They don't want to be wasting any time. Seema gonna take with his left foot. And that's easily in the palms of Dean Henderson. Here's Matic. To Nzabi towards Williams. Matic. Maguire to Telles. 1-2 with Rashford. Maguire has been excellent today since coming on for the injured Eric Bailly. Hungbo fouled there by Telles, and 1 minute on the clock to go. A late goal could be on the cards. Watford just playing it along the back, trying to find a way forward. Both sides have defended very well, but this early goal has been enough to probably send Manchester United through here. Mata. Williams clears. Bachmann. Navarro. Looking to find some space, but they cannot find it here. Excellent defensive lining from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men. João Pedro trying to find Seamer. That's well won back from Williams. Rashford towards Mata. Easily enough for Watford to get the ball back. The referee has added on 4 minutes at the end of the second half. Manchester United happy to keep the ball here as the ball's currently in Dean Henderson's hands. Williams bounced off. Phillips for a Manchester United throw-in. Rashford. Fouled there by Phillips. A chance to get Manchester United, but men further forward and to keep the ball even more now. Just to keep that clock ticking when it matters the most. Williams with the switch. Tries to find Rashford. Martial has it though. Will Hughes trying not to foul. Rashford, Mata. And the referee has blew his whistle for a free kick on the edge of the box for Manchester United. Surely this will be over if this is in. Rashford, Mata and Telles are lining over it. Suriata just gets in Mata's way there. And you could potentially see something clever being lined up here among these world-class United players. Mata with the free kick. High, wide and not so handsome there. Watford looking to find a way forward. Hughes. Will Hughes is now the one fouled. Manchester United just have a wide free kick to concede from the edge of the box. This could be the last chance for Watford to get a goal and to take this to extra time. No replays, of course, this year. And Navarro is going to take this free kick. Let's see what can happen. It's the FA Cup. Anything is possible among us here. Navarro, and that's blocked by the first man, Anthony Martial. And Ngakia switches it to Hungbo. Watford have got a throw in. Surely this is going to be the last seconds of the game. All of Watford's players are going forward. Navarro goes long, away from Matic. And Manchester United have managed to clear. We're past the 94-minute mark now. Surely Manchester United have done enough for the win here. A fantastic goal by Scott McTominay. Dean Henderson clears. And that is that. Manchester United into the fourth round of the FA Cup. A fantastic defensive display. An early Scott McTominay goal. Manchester United 1. Watford 0. Fantastic display by Man United though. All game, they haven't given Watford a sniff on goal. They've truly deserved to win here today. And Watford should be disappointed they're out, but very encouraged by the performance they've done against the Premier League side. And my man of the match, I'd say, it's got to be Scott McTominay. That goal, the organisation from midfield, the drive to get forward, it's been excellent today. McTominay certainly man of the match for me. Obviously, a few Man United players also did well. I thought Alex Telles was great defensively and going forward for Man United. And Jesse Lingard was also excellent in keeping the ball for the home side. But Watford as well, they've had a good few players among them as well. Navarro was excellent at driving them forward. Couldn't quite make the vital opportunity, but it was a good effort by the right back. And Will Hughes as well was an excellent force of creativity. But Scott McTominay was my man of the match. And I certainly think Manchester United are a team to fear in the rest of the FA Cup. Full-time Manchester United 1, Watford 0. Thank you.